Get on your soapbox and tell us what you think. This is the Soapbox Talk Channel 104. It's Soapbox Talk with Rich, Taylor, and Robin on the new Soapbox Channel 104.
By Friday's infamous now, one of our most listened to big shows ever.
Yeah, Watergate happened Friday.
Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to make sure people can hear me. Hello?
Yeah,
I'm sure people
they just want to hear me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's Taylor, Robin, and Rich. It is, I don't think they're hearing me very, maybe they are, I don't know. Maybe they are now, I don't know. Hold on, let me, hello. There we go. I think you're hearing me a little bit. It is the Sunday morning soapbox. We're supposed to do this at 9 o'clock Eastern, but we had all kinds of issues with computers this morning and all kinds of stuff. So we are up and we are running. Welcome to the show. I created major controversy yesterday on my Facebook page. Just so everybody knows, I wasn't trying to tick anybody off. I just was trying to generate something to talk about today.
Yes. Christmas is only a few days away.
Hey, do you guys have your Christmas plans done yet?
I don't have my shopping done, but I know what I'm doing.
Taylor, now do you wait until? Are you like your Uncle Rich? Do you wait until? I want to see if this is hereditary or not. Do you actually wait to the last minute to do your Christmas shopping, or do you do it?
Well, is last minute considered like at 8 o'clock on Monday night?
Yep. Well,
no, okay, then yes.
Well, kind of, sort of. Actually, last minute is kind of considered to be. I'm trying to figure out when my mic's not working real well. I mean, I'm right up on it, and it's not giving me a very good reading. I don't know. We'll have to check the monitor, I guess, and see what's going on here. But yes, I would consider 8. That's all. Something. Good. Robin?
I have a Christmas party Monday night.
You have a Christmas party Monday night?
Yeah, then as soon as the Christmas party, I got to get my shopping done because I have to be at work on Christmas Eve at 2 o'clock.
Where's your Christmas party at on Monday night?
UDF.
Oh, they hold a...
I was just saying, probably afraid to tell.
We get pizza and everybody brings in snacks and we exchange gifts and...
Right. Now,
Damn it down.
do you guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to check our monitor feed right now. Do you guys, I just want to make sure people can hear me, because I have a lot to say today.
That's nothing new.
Now, do you guys...
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
So is this a corporate-wide party, or is this just a couple of guys from the UDF store getting together to hang out and play Xbox and...
No, it's a store-wide party.
Mm-hmm.
The store's there. I don't think the boss comes, but everybody else comes.
And will they be serving Mike's Hard Lemonade? That's the big question.
To the customers, yes. To the staff, no.
To the customers, yes?
Well, we have six-packs and cans of Mike's Hard in our cooler.
Here's you a shot of Mike's Hard Lemonade. You can find it in aisle 4.
Bring me one.
I can see the little cups up on the counter as Taylor tries to sip a drink. I didn't do it.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me, right. When in doubt, shut your mouth. I'm about to already get started on this, Taylor, this topic today. But anyway, so Uncle Rick is notoriously late every year. But you know what? I love the hustle and bustle.
Then maybe you should get a pregnancy test.
You guys no comment, Robin. It's she'll be hitting up the Walmart Monday night.
I will.
I know you will. It's always like last minute mail shoppers who like forgot you have to buy your fiance a gift for her for Christmas, or situations like that. Very rarely, most women usually, and I say usually, have it done. Correct? Am I right, Robin? Or am I wrong? So, Robin, do you have all of your Christmas shopping done? That is the question.
No.
You do not have all your Christmas shopping done at this point.
No, Mark's birthday is tomorrow.
Well,
So.
That kind of stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've got his birthday.
Christmas shopping done.
And then Mark's birthday.
Yeah, I don't think people can hear me very well. I just checked the monitor. We'll check it again. But if you can't hear me very well, we are working to we're working to fix the problem. I think I think one of the conservatives in my household may have come down and tried to something up this morning.
Is Sean Hannity staying at your house for the weekend?
Sean Hannity staying at my house? No. You see, I used to be a conservative, which is what I will be talking about here in a little bit on the show. I used to be, they used to call me the Alex P. Keaton of my family. I was a Reagan Republican, and I am no more a Republican, and I will explain why.
Maybe Reagan would be a Democrat today if he were to run.
Well, Reagan was a Democrat turned Republican. So, you don't...
well, I guess you can call it that, but I was just confused at the time.
Yeah, he was confused. But, he was a Democrat. In fact, he was the head of the musicians union that our grandmother belonged to out in California.
Well, Reagan was a musician.
No, he was an actor. I think it was the Actors Guild, or it was...
Yeah, he was in the Actors Guild.
Musicians could belong at that time. They all belong together. Many of them do belong together, still in different unions. And he was the president of that particular union that your grandmother was in. And yeah, what is wrong with my mic? How come you guys are coming through the board perfectly well, and it's running through the mic, and I'm telling you, somebody has gone and done something with my mic this morning.
Well, I can hear you.
Are you listening to the monitor? Are you listening to the show?
I can't.
I'm listening to you through my phone.
Same here.
You're listening to me on your phone. Okay.
Through the phone. I can hear you.
You can hear me fine.
Well,
yeah, I can hear you.
To the head here.
Do I sound like I'm being muffled at all?
Nope, I can't tell.
Like perhaps I'm being held hostage for trying.
I'm not listening to the show.
For trying to speak my First Amendment right to free speech. Does it sound like I might be?
Oh, Lord. That's kind of been a hot topic this week.
We will be talking about. We're going to be talking about Duck Dynasty Gate because you just can't avoid it on the Sunday morning talk show. We'll be talking about that. We're going to be talking about Dylan Sprouse and his little sprout. We'll be talking about because Taylor and I have this tendency to talk about things on the show that become like we were doing Kim Jong-un last week, Robin, while you were under suspension for things you say on this show. And I'm just joking, Robin. You were really not under suspension. You were under. Never mind.
And then the house wrecked and they took my phone.
The house landed on her. But
You know what? You went to the West or something?
she cut her.
My cat's always in the fridge.
Why does the dog always bring me a toy and want me to play in the middle of a show? I don't know. But we'll be.
I'm on. You guys are going to call you right on that line.
We are. Yes, right. But we're going to discuss our thoughts on that. Now Cracker Barrel is discriminating against people. We'll talk about that. And let's see what else is there to talk about today. There is the whole
Is it Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays?
Yes, is it Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays? And is Santa white, black, pink, yellow, orange, mauve? We'll have that conversation as well. It is the
Also, is Santa a smoker?
Is Santa a smoker? Have you listen to the promos on, I'll tell you what, we'll play one for you here in just a couple of minutes, Marge. It is the Sunday Morning Soapbox with Taylor, Robin, and Rich on,
And Marge.
And Marge, of course. On the all-new Buzz 101. No, I did it again, Taylor. On the new Soapbox Talk Channel 104. I'm in trouble.
This is America's best music from today and the 2K.
And I pray someday that you
And today.
sun kiss shining, back road flying, singing like crazy. No place to go, all we needed was a radio.
This is the all-new Buzz 101. We're the station playing yesterday's throwbacks and today's jams. This is the new Jams 102.
Happy holidays from
WBLZ.
KGER Cincinnati, a Gizmo media station. The new Saddle 103 The River.
It's Soapbox Talk with Rich, Taylor, and Robin on the new Soapbox Channel 104.
What? You what? Huh? Oh, that's good.
I'm just saying. Huh? What was good?
The sex.
So you can hear me. Let me go back and listen later, and if you're lying,
Wait, I don't know if I can hear you. I'm not listening to the show.
you said you were a second ago
Dude, I was listening to you through my phone.
through your phone. Oh, okay, and I was coming through okay. I was just making sure, because we have a lot of stuck.
No, I mean, I was listening to your voice through my ear set.
You could hear me talking through the monitor, which would be like a monitor, correct? We have one in studio, but you have one. Harley, I cannot play Monkey right now. The dog thinks everything.
Never mind. I'm not listening to the show at all, so I don't know if you're coming through the show.
Well, it's kind of hard to listen and talk at the same time. Anyway, topic number 1 today is,
Wait, are we on the air?
Jesus, yes, we're on the air. Jesus praise.
Oh.
Oh, God. We need it. Topic number 1 this morning is the whole Duck Dynasty debacle. I should have saved this topic for last because people would have listened to the entire show. But
Yeah, well,
no matter what, people are going to be weighing in on anything and everything just about that we have to say. I did pull up with my trusty iPhone last night. I pulled up some facts and some research, and because we want to talk about this topic because look, it's a huge topic, and pretty much everybody has an opinion on it. And it's just one of those things, you know. Look, I completely get A&E's position on this story. Yesterday, I made a Facebook post, and coming from, you know, a family that has both a very hold on, Kaden is asking me for something. Sorry, crazy morning. Anyway,
tell him to drink some scotch.
He's 9 there, Marge. Anyway, but anyway, to get back on topic, I understand A&E's position, and had this man made this comment on any, whether it be Clear Channel, which owns a number of conservative radio stations, and Darryl Parks,
One of them in this market.
Darryl Parks, who was with Clear Channel, their head of talk radio, all the talk stations across America, happens to follow our network. He happens to listen to our shows because we have been working with iHeart to get on their iHeart app, and you know that still looks like it's going to happen. But just so you know, if it would have happened with Clear Channel, if it would have happened with CBS Radio, if it would have happened with ABC, NBC, CBS, of course everybody goes liberal media, it would have happened. Maybe even if it happened on Fox, and probably a bigger chance if it would have happened on Fox, it would have happened. The man would have got fired. It's not. Look, our First Amendment rights mean that we have a speaking without criminal prosecution. This man is not ever going to face any, and he should not. He has the right to free speech, just like I have the right to free speech. We all have a right to free speech. The problem with this is, and the reason that he was fired, is he talked about body parts. He insulted. This is not a gay issue. They're not firing him because this is a gay issue. They're firing him because this is an African-American issue. This is a gay issue. This is any person that ever got drunk issue. This is going to hell, according to him.
Well, it's the way he said it. I mean, if he would have
homosexuality leads to bestiality. No, I'm sorry, but anybody that I've ever known that is gay has never messed with an animal, but I can tell you I know a few farm boys probably back in their day that did. I'm just that's what upsets me about this whole thing, is that people are way off course on this.
Yeah, if he would have came in and said, I don't agree with gay marriage, I am anti-gay, it would have been fine, but he goes on this huge rant.
Yeah,
I'm just going to read this quote.
Yeah, read the quote. I think it's important
from the interview. Now, just let everybody know what he says may be offensive to some people, but...
Stop saying that gay people are against Christians and this is America, because it's not what this is. This is about a man who insulted pretty much 90% of the population, because we've all, last time I checked it was 100%, because we've all sinned. Every last one of us has sinned. I've been drunk more than once in my lifetime. Taylor gets drunk every night. Hell, Robin gets drunk 3 times a day. We're going to burn in hell, folks. But anyway, go ahead, Taylor.
He says in the article, it seems to me a vagina as a man would be more desirable than a man's anus.
Yes, go on. There's more that he said, though. Much more. Did I pull it up? Maybe I can pull it up.
He goes on to say, that's just me. I'm just thinking. There's more there. She's got more to offer. I mean, come on, dude. You know what I'm saying? But hey, sin, it's not logical, my man. It's just not logical.
Yeah. And then he goes on to say that African Americans enjoyed being slaves. They enjoyed being oppressed. They were happy. That was his exact quote. They were happy. I'm so sick and tired of the free speech card being played in this country. Look, you have the right to free speech. You do not have the right to hurt people or say mean things or put somebody down when you are on the platform of your employer. What's this man that signed a contract? Look, I can tell you this much I know from having friends in the media field and having been in it for 30 years, almost 30 years myself. I've been doing it since I was a teenager. I can tell you this much. Nobody say anything. Please don't say anything about my age, Taylor. I know you're going to say I'm old. I hear it all the time.
Say something.
What's that? Yeah, so. Go ahead, Robin.
I'm just going to say something about you getting off the part.
Okay.
Oh, no, now.
Wait, you're breaking up.
Yeah.
I have a hard time hearing you.
It's not breaking up for me, too.
Robin, do you think this is a free speech issue, or do you think this is just about, or do you think this is an issue about, if you were at your job at McDonald's, for example, and this is what I put it on Facebook yesterday, Robin, and your name was Sarah Palin, and which it would never be, but if you were Sarah Palin and you walked into McDonald's,
I would never talk to her.
Well, you'd have to. You're an employee. You still have to be friendly to Sarah. If Sarah Palin was on the show, I would want you to be friendly with Sarah Palin. And that the whole Martin Bashir thing was completely unjustified too. He should have been fired. He deserved what he got. You can't go on the air calling people vile, terrible names. But here's the difference. When Martin Bashir did that, and I have the tweets here from Sarah Palin, she actually called for his firing, saying networks should not allow these things to happen. Then she turns around and says the other day that networks don't have a right to fire people based on their First Amendment. I mean, come on, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that this man should be fired because he said something about Republicans or Christians, but this man should be fired because he said something about a Democrat. You can't have it, but you cannot have it both ways. Both of them, by the way, in my thought process, should have been fired. MSNBC, yes, for putting down Sarah Palin and saying the vile things he said about her, he deserved it, but so did the guy at A&E. Your First Amendment rights protect you against prosecution. They are there for that reason and solely there for that reason. They are not there so that your employer cannot fire you. If Sarah Palin walked into a McDonald's, and this was my Facebook post yesterday, and suddenly I was anti-Christian, and I'm not. In fact, I'm a Southern Baptist, Taylor. You can verify this. If she walked into McDonald's and said, and an employee said to her, heterosexual marriage is horrible, and you all are nothing. Christians are nothing but evil. They do nothing but judge. They do nothing but think they can cast that other people are sinners. Blah 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 blah. And they were standing there. I can tell you one thing: Sarah Palin would most certainly point it out to a manager, and they would be out the door immediately. They would be gone immediately. You do not have the right in the context of a public forum when you represent an employer and you signed a contract with an employer like A&E to insult African Americans, to insult the gay community, to insult anybody. If you're against gay marriage,
there is a fine line between free speech and hate speech.
I have no problem with that if you're against gay marriage. I have no issues with that. What I have an issue with is making vile, vulgar comments, and these were vile, vulgar comments. Free speech applies. The First Amendment applies only to criminal prosecution. A person cannot be, and the reason it was written that way is a person could not be persecuted in England back in the day, or back in the day a person could be persecuted in England back in the day for making comments against the government. In many worlds, in many countries in this world, that still happens. It happens all the time. In America, we have the right to free speech only in terms of not being prosecuted for saying what we think. We can stand on the Capitol steps and say what we've done, what we believe in, what we don't believe in. I've done it myself. That's what freedom of speech is about. It's not about saying something about people putting down a certain population. And here's the thing. A&E did, this is what I learned from my media friends, and this is what I'm going to share about the whole thing. A&E actually did a cost analysis, knowing this article was coming out. A&E knew probably 2 weeks before the article came out. And this is what I've learned from my media friends. They determined that had they not suspended this man, that the cost loss would have been far greater had they not suspended him. Could you imagine the uproar with the African American community, not just the gay community? Could you imagine all the drunks out there that would have got mad at A&E for saying this man was? I'm not saying that drinking is obviously I'm a recovering addict. I'm not necessarily cool with it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is this man, whether I'm conservative or not, I'm not. I'm in the middle. I'm not moderate. But I left the Republican Party because the Republican Party left me. Because they started taking on this certain belief that they had they wanted the coveted, and I'm sorry, Southern Baptist or not, the coveted religious right, and they have literally taken over that party. And anymore, if you say anything bad about the religious right, or you don't agree with their platform, they're going to get you. They're talking about how this is a gay thing, and the gays are ganging up on them, and how the African Americans are ganging up on them. Because a man has a right to preach the Word of God. A man has the right to preach the Word of God. I've had many ministers on my stations over the years. Not one of them has ever made a comment like that. And
who said something about anuses, for that matter?
You don't talk about anuses, and I'm not even going to say. I'll save the JJ. I'll keep it proper. Look, you can't do it. And if you're going to come on my station and you're going to do it, you're going to get fired, not suspended, gone. I don't care about how much money your show brings me. And look, Cracker Barrel yesterday suspended. Look, Cracker Barrel has long been linked to discriminating against homosexuals, against gay people. They took a stand yesterday against Duck Dynasty. They stopped selling their products in their store. Somebody posted on my Facebook page last night, they'll never eat a Cracker Barrel again. And they've been eating there for 60 years. And I know them. Because they're not... This is not a gay issue. This man was not fired because he said something about gays. This man was fired because he insulted gays, African Americans, 100% of the Christians out there. What did he say? The homosexuals, would go to hell. The drunkards would go to hell. Who the hell is he to tell me I'm going to go? The last time I checked, the Bible says, "Judge not, lest ye be judged."
Exactly.
Why can't my Christian brothers and sisters follow that understanding. I don't get it. Robin, are you still there, or did you hang up by now? Robin?
Oh, no.
Oh, she's gone. We'll have to call her back. But anyway, it's a debacle. I just as a media person, I don't understand. Look, I am the first person in the world, Taylor, for freedom of speech. Certainly.
And, I mean, I was surprised so many people supporting Phil. And I think it boils down to is people don't get all the facts. People automatically see somebody was suspended for making anti-gay statements and assume all he was doing was just voicing his beliefs.
People think he was preaching the word of God. Last time I checked, Jesus came to earth and saved the sinners, forgave those who killed him. He was a man about peace. He was a man about love. He was a man about charity. He was a man who by those times was a liberal. He was not a person who would condemn someone. He was not. That was not Jesus. Nowhere in the Bible does Jesus even address homosexuality. If you can find it, prove it to me. I just don't understand. I'm a Christian person. I pray every day. The Lord has propelled me through some really rough things in my life. I am not out to bash Christians. I am a Christian. I am a Southern Baptist. But you can't sit and say you want employment at free will. You want to be able to fire anybody that you don't agree with at any time for any reason at any time, as the Republican Party does. Then turn around and say you can't fire him because he spoke statements because he was preaching about God. He was not preaching about God. He was saying terrible, mean, rude things about people, and there's nothing about God in any of that. That is not God. Maybe I'm wrong, but the last time I read, Jesus told us to love our neighbor. Jesus told us to. He didn't say only love your white Anglo-Saxon Protestant neighbor, or your white Catholic neighbor, or he said love your neighbor as yourself. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. He said all of those things. There's nothing about anything in this man's statement. I'm sorry, I don't give a damn. There is nothing in this man's statement to me that personifies Christianity as I know it. And you
exactly.
And you can disagree with me, but that's the truth. This man made statements because he does not like African Americans, apparently. He says he's friends with them. I don't know of anybody that's happy about singing in the who's happy about their family singing in the fields being held slaves. I can't think of a black friend of mine that thinks that. You can call homosexuality what you want. You can say you don't believe in gay marriage. You can say you don't believe in the lifestyle. If you think it's a sin, you think it's a sin. That's personally up to you.
That's where he should have stopped.
That's where he should have stopped, but he made comments about body parts. Oh, I don't understand it, dudes. Look.
I mean, he treats it like it's like a joke or something.
It was a joke. I think it was meant to be a joke. I think it was meant to be an insult. But because this man is a reformed man of Jesus, and he suddenly holds all the keys to heaven, as some Christian people on the Christian right might believe. And I hear the issues I'm conservative on. Don't get me wrong.
And I think it's funny because he's a recovering addict.
And he's a recovering addict, and I'm a recovering addict. But I can tell you, if I went into a room today and I heard somebody say something like that, I don't even know how they'd be able to stay. I mean, I'm sure they could stay in the 12-step program. Maybe he needs to go to a meeting. Seriously, I don't get it. The man deserved to get canned. And Cracker Barrel is justified for not selling his product. And I'm going to tell you something else. They're not going to end up on another network. They're done. Nobody wants to tackle controversy like that. Nobody.
Yeah. Well, Fox News might put Duck Dynasty on their network, but...
Yeah, Fox News might put them on there. I can guarantee you they won't go on their partner network, Fox, because Fox is the most liberal TV network of all. You want to talk about liberal networks? A show that...
No, they're conservative. They're not liberal.
No, Fox News is conservative. Fox Television Network, home of Glee... Why don't the Christians find something to rally around? Why don't you rally around the You want to talk about the horrible, you want to talk about these things that you think are horrible, gay marriage, that you think are horrible, African American. Turn on Fox Television. It's the most liberal television network out there. I keep saying it. Rupert Murdoch is not a conservative. He's a man who wants to make money.
He's British.
He's British. He owns liberal papers. The guy, Piers Morgan, was an editor of a liberal newspaper for Rupert Murdoch. People buy into this lie that Fox Network is this. It's about making money. The man who runs the network, Roger Ailes, is the guy who found Chris Matthews, who is one of the biggest. Look, I've been in media for a long time. It's about ratings and revenue. It does not have to do anything else with it. I hate to say that. I was one of the first 30 radio stations in the United States, one of the stations, a station that I owned. One of the first 30 to launch Rush Limbaugh. I carried a Rush Limbaugh show. Yes, we did. And I can tell you back then he was much calmer than he is today, and much more toned down. Maybe because he got off the pills. I don't know. Maybe the pills calmed him. I don't know. But I'm just.
Maybe he just drinks too much Red Bull lately.
About ratings and revenues. That's why radio stations do it. It is not necessarily about anything other than that. And you're not going to keep you, if you're going to come on their station and you're going to knock their listeners, any of them, or many of them. I mean, sometimes you have to offend people to get ratings. But you got to know, there are limitations in it. But don't buy into this whole we love Fox News because they're so. And let me tell you about the reporters and the anchors that live there. Many of them have also worked for very big liberal companies. I'm telling you, guys. Fox News, yes, they say things and they do things. Bill Riley used to be far less conservative than he is now. He used to be on CNN. Go back and watch some of his tapes. Hasn't always been such a big concern. It's because it's what he's told to do, because it creates ratings and it creates revenue. And I'm just kind of here to work through all that for you. I'm just kind of here to let you know, don't always believe what you see and hear, because behind it there's somebody with a little calculator adding up the money. Just saying. But in this case, that was also A&E's decision behind all this. They did a cost analysis because they're smart, and they said, if we don't make this change, we're going to lose our ass, because there's going to be so many other people out there. This was not just about gay people. This was about African Americans. This was about lots of people. And to me, he made when you say the JJ word in full context in an interview. I mean, I guess you can say it in an interview. That's okay, but I still think that or anus. I'll just go ahead and say anus. I guess I say vagina too. But if you're going to go and you're going to say it, to me, it's offensive. I'm sorry. That's just
the whole. Yeah, it was just horrible.
I mean, I just don't get it. I don't understand why people seem to think that making mean, hateful statements is an attack on Jesus Christ when a person makes that and loses their job. Like people are out to get Christians. I'm a Christian. I don't see it that way. I believe in First Amendment rights. I certainly do. But I also know that. But I also know that it's meant solely for the purpose of non-prosecution of people who make statements against the government. It has nothing to do with private entities.
And Robin obviously believes in the Fifth Amendment because we haven't heard from her in a while.
Well, we know Robin. She's coming down to the Natty today, so she's going to hang out with me for a little bit. And,
gosh.
So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen her in a while. So she is most certainly probably busy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Mark's probably there, and he's going to the Bengals game, and I'm very worried about that. I'm almost afraid to go. I love Robin, but if I go hang out with Robin and then I find out the Bengals are losing, I'll be stopping everywhere just to look at the screen because I want to know what's going on with the game. Taking on my other not old hometown, but town I used to live in. They're taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I used to live in the Twin Cities, so and was fond of the team when I lived there. Although I've always been a Bengals fan. I was from Cincinnati, so I never stopped being a Bengals fan. Even though that was some of their worst years. So, but anyway, so that's my feeling on it. And Cracker Barrel, look, they knew the outrage level was going to go just beyond what they thought. Because, look, Cracker Barrel has been sued for firing gay people. Cracker Barrel themselves is one of the most maligned companies. They're up there with Chick-fil-A and Walmart in terms of discrimination against gays and lesbians and transgender individuals. They're up there. And I think they saw that this was just going to blow up. And people that were, because A&E's at some point going to come out and say, this is not about gays. This was never about gays. This was about a whole bunch of people, including gays. It wasn't just about one group. But I can't imagine why they would have kept him. If they would have kept him, I would have never watched the network again. A lot of other, they're lost. People are like, well, this was Duck Dynasty. One, it's the dumbest show I've ever seen in my life. Honestly. Funny, yes, but dumb as hell. And look, I live in Kentucky, so if I think it's dumb. It's dumb. I live in Kentucky, which, by the way, is not the most conservative state. I hear all the time Kentucky's this big conservative state. We've had one Republican governor in I think 75 years, 50, 75 years, something like that, and he got ran out of office. It is not. It is not a conservative state, but it's not a far liberal. It's in the middle. It tends to hire people to Washington that are Republicans and tends to hire people on the state level that are Democratic. I guess you call them blue dog Democrats. But and they provide a very valuable service to our country. And I'm probably more of a blue dog than I am anything. But look, you don't have a right. You don't have a right to sit and just say whatever you want and annihilate people and their families. I did a lot of research for it. I went online and I read a letter from a guy who's a Southerner and a Republican that he had sent to Phil Robertson, blasting him. He was a minister, a conservative minister. He was a Republican, and he was a huge fan of the show. And he said, had A&E kept the show on, he would have never watched another A&E show. Because even in his conservatism, he believes that God calls us to love each other and that Jesus was all about love. And, it goes along with this whole thing about Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, which we're going to talk about.
Which we will get to.
Yes, so anyway, any further talks, any further thought on that, Taylor? Did I pretty much scream it out of my mouth?
If anybody knows of any DVD burnings about Dynasty, let us know.
And your grandmother, by the way, just so you know, my beloved Aunt Carol, who I love, whose husband is a minister, she weighed in on Facebook, and so did your grandma. And your advice to keep it for the show is what I ultimately finally decided to do. But they both disagreed with us, and I respect them both.
I hope they listen.
I hope they respect. Well, it's not going to change. I don't see it changing anybody's opinion. I think people, but facts are facts, and so my Aunt Carol has always kind of known how I am. We joked this last election cycle. We had lots of jokes back in.
If the show were going on during the election, she would have been great to be on the show.
My cousin, by the way, who's a great guy, is running. Who I hope wins, is running as a Republican candidate for judge executive in Madison County. So don't think that I'm all anti-Republican, all pro-liberal, because I have my conservative issues too. But please understand that this company was absolutely justified, and I think it, and I'll stand by it, and I'll back it any day. And I just don't think it's right to go hating on anybody. I don't even think it's right to hate on Phil Robertson. I think you should pray for him, and I think you should pray for their family. I'm sure this has got to be very hard on all of them. That's what I think. But I don't know. I'm always the kind of person to extend an olive branch. So sometimes it gets me in trouble, but then again, that's anyway, we got more of the show coming back. All the craziness.
And hopefully Robin gets back here too.
Yeah, we're hoping Robin here too. All the craziness over. I'm still not sure people can hear me real well because my levels are really low. Really low. They're never that low. I mean, I'm on this station every day. They're a little bit better now. But I'm hoping that Robin comes on here in just a second, and we're gonna have a talk about happy holidays and all that. You know what I think Robin wants? She may want to fire her gay neighbors with her disco lights, and I'm just joking. But it would have been nice to get a comment from her on that. But she's very open-minded, but she's always joking on the show about different lights and things that go on at their house. So
her lesbian neighbor.
And she has a lesbian neighbor that likes her.
Oh.
Well, I think she likes her. I mean, that was the take I got. But Robin being Robin, she's friendly to everyone as I am. I love everybody. I really don't care less, But that's just me. And I'm a Southern Baptist, and I know other Southern Baptists that feel that way. So don't be hating. We'll be right back. It's Soapbox Talk on the new Buzz 101 and Soap Talk Channel 104.
This is America's best music from today and the 2Ks.
And mine. And I pray someday that you
And today.
sun kiss shining, back road flying, singing like crazy. No place to go, all we need was the radio.
This is the all-new Buzz 101. We're the station playing yesterday's throwbacks and today's jams. This is the new Jams 102, WBLZ.
Happy holidays from KGVR Cincinnati, a Gizmo media station. The new Santa 103 The River.
Santa?
Let me guess you're going shopping again.
No, I'm on my way to the North Pole Salon. They're running a special on eggnog facials and peppermint body wraps. Can I have the keys to the sleigh and your wallet?
Oh, yeah. Here's a little extra. Tell them they need to wrap you a little extra tight.
Yes. Time to crank up Santa 103. They play the best holiday music. Santa?
No!
I have a great idea. Instead of eating all those cookies this year, why don't you just save them up and bring them back to the North Pole Pond and get me a nice new diamond?
I don't know. Let me think about it. Well, maybe as long as you don't make me sell one of the reindeer again.
Yes! Vanessa's getting a new diamond. Time to listen to more of my holiday favorites on Santa 103.
Poor Vixen, I miss him.
This is America's best music from today and the 2Ks.
And mine. And I pray someday that you
And today.
sun kiss shining, back road flying, singing like crazy. No place to go, all we need was the radio.
This is the all-new Buzz 101. Welcome to the all-new Buzz 101, your home for today's new country. This is the Buzz. Fresh new country. This is America's favorite music. This is the all-new Buzz 101. This is America's best music from today and the 2Ks.
And I pray someday that you
And today.
sun kiss shining, back road flying, singing like crazy. No place to go, all we need was the radio.
This is the all-new Buzz 101.
Hello?
with you guys? Did you were you ready to float away, or what happened? I mean, did your power go out? Did you guys lose power?
We did not.
You did not. We.
Oh wait, yes, we did. We did.
Yeah, I thought you did. We lost it for a few minutes, and then it came back on, and there's nothing like when there's a storm in this area, because we had a storm a few years ago where basically the entire Cincinnati metro, which is over 3 million people, if you include Dayton, was out of power for about 2 weeks.
Yes.
And they've made huge strides in the energy grid in this area after that storm. But we were worried last night. 80-mile-an-hour winds came through, and it was ugly. I was watching the 11 o'clock news. They said 80-mile-an-hour winds. I was like, what? Yeah. So I was ready. I had got the glass slippers out for Aunt Annie and everything. Anyway, it's the big show on this week. We're gonna have a big week. We're gonna be playing a lot. Monday is a Buzz Country Christmas. That's tomorrow. We're gonna be sharing all your holiday Christmas favorites on Monday's show. We will not have a show on Tuesday. We will not have a show on Wednesday. But we will be streaming non-stop Christmas music on our sister station, Santa 103. And we will also be throwing in some various music podcasts from our other station, Jams 102. We're going to take a couple of days off.
And it is all leading up to the big launch Wednesday morning.
Yeah, look, you all are going to take a couple of days off, but I
mean, not Wednesday, Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. And then the station that we now know as Santa 103 is going to become The River. We're not going to talk about the format again, but it's going to be a new format people are going to love. Going to be targeted here at our Cincinnati market, as well as across the globe on our internet sites. But
shout out to all of our Russian fans.
Yeah, but it's going to be exciting. We've been working hard on it. We're real excited to get that to you. So we wanted to say something real quick this morning.